we have partnered with Kuhome to provide this training program to all their customers across the globe. When we discuss about Kuhome, the main features are 4K renders, 4K, 8K, and up to 16K fast renders. It has cloud rendering process, which eliminates the usage of any hardware systems which would be required for you to render your outputs. It is easy to use. The platform has been made so simple that even a 15-year-old kid can get used to it and start designing his room in a very short time. So for this session, we have about 38 participants who've joined right now, and we are expecting more to join us. I hope my audio is clear for everyone. If not, you can please drop in a text in the chat box. All right. So the rules for this session is to keep the cameras on so that we can have a live session. And during the session, if you have any queries, you can raise your doubts in the chat box. And if it is to the related topics, you can raise your queries in the chat box. When we had a discussion with the team from Kuhome to start an online training webinar for people across the globe, we did not expect this kind of this much of a response, or the response was quite overwhelming for us. And when we raised the registration forms online, in a very short span, we got more than 200 plus people who have registered, and most of them are from India, and we have our brothers from Pakistan, Cairo, from US, Mexico, Dubai, Indonesia, South Africa, Puerto Rico. The list of countries go on, and I've just mentioned a few from from Yemen. Yes, so that it's from Middle East, lot of people from Middle East. So it's been a what do you say? The response has been quite overwhelming and surprising. So when we started with Kuhome 4 years back, when Kuhome had just started developing, and we were associated with the parent company, and from that to the journey till now, Kuhome has developed tremendously, and we believe that Kuhome can be not just a design platform, it'll have access to a lot of wider applications, which we will learn down the lane on more webinars. So this webinar, which we have planned, is give you a basic idea of how the platform works, how to start working on the platform, how to do the lighting, how to do the rendering. So it's going to cover the basic starting ideas of the platform. All right. And I would like to welcome Ms. Xin Yan from Shanghai. She's one of the directors of Kuhome, and she'll be taking over from me. Ms. Xin Yan.
Hi, I'm here.
Hi.
Am I clear?
Yes, you're quite clear.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Thank you, John and Evie and Matthew, for this session. And I briefly introduce myself. I am Xin Yan from Kuhome team for global users. And I'm now based in Shanghai. And as someone already know me, I showed up sometime in our WeChat group, WhatsApp group, sorry. And I am very happy we are very delighted to have this cooperated session with Fiverr, and hope everyone would have some studies and we will get some feedbacks from you. And also for today's audience, we provided these rendering benefits for you, and after this session, you will receive these feedback emails, and after you give us your account, then we will send this directly to your Kuhome account. So that's it. And everything we could discuss in a WhatsApp group later on. You can find me easily. I think that's basically all what I want to say. And should you have any questions, suggestions about Kuhome or our service, you can always come to me.
Over to Arjun. Arjun.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Arjun. I'll be your tutor for the day. And I'm an architectural visualizer working with Favor. I've been using KuHome for the past 3 years now. So, which makes me eligible to teach you guys how to do this so effortlessly. So without further ado, I'll start with the basics. Hope everyone can see my screen right now. This will be KuHome's landing page, the one you will be directed to when you log into KuHome. And here you can start a new project by clicking on the new project button. And this will be your workspace. This is where you start your project. You can either import a CAD or import an image from which you can draw the floor plan. I'll show you how to import an image and draw over it, because CAD is really simple. You can just add the CAD here, a CAD file here, and KuHome will automatically detect the walls, the doors, windows, and everything like that. So in this tutorial, I'll show you how to draw using a JPEG image. So this, I've uploaded an image which will be shown here on the workspace. And after that, you can draw your walls using the wall tool. And then there are many tools with which you can draw in KuHome. The first thing will be the wall tool, which will be linear lines, and a room tool, which can be used to draw square lines, square rooms. So I'll show you that by drawing a wall. You can trace the walls. Once you've uploaded the image, you can trace the walls using the wall tool. This is how you start with the project. Once you finish a room, you can once you're finished with the walls, you can add doors. You can use the door tools. You can either use a single door or a double door or a sliding door. And after that, you can add windows. You have 3 other windows options here. And I'll after the door's been done, you can set scale to this floor plan so that it is in line with the floor plan. After you're done with the rooms, you can actually name these rooms by using the room name tool here, so that you can accordingly name the room. This is a bedroom, so, and this is another bathroom here. So after drawing the room, you can actually name this, and after that you set scale. You can set scale by using the image settings, which is below your screen, and you get a scale. You can align this along with the walls, and you can align this along the wall, and you can type in value, which will be 12 feet. 12 feet, but you'll have to convert that into millimeters. because Kuhome uses millimeters as basic unit. So you have to convert that into a millimeter. That will be 3657. And after that, the whole floor plan will be aligned to the actual size. This will be the actual size of the apartment. It was so in, and after that you can add doors and windows to the apartment walls. You just have to click and drag and place it in place, which is really easy. And after that you can add windows. There are 3 types of windows: straight windows, French windows, and then bay windows. You can start with the straight window here. After the room is done, you can actually convert this into 3D by just clicking on the 3D button. So you have the room created automatically. After you're done with the room, you can add for floor tools. You can go to the floor tools and you can change your flooring type. After the construction part's done, you can move on to the public library, which is the next option on the left side menu. In the public library, you can go to construct. There are a lot of options here, like finishes. You can go to finishes and you can add texture files here, like wall tiles, floor tiles. They have a lot of options here. I'm going to use one from the library. Just have to click and drag and apply it here, and you'll have the floor plan here. And after that, you can move on to the walls and add wall paints or wallpapers or wall panels in your room. You can also get that from finishes. There are tiles, there are texture tiles, carpets, wallpapers. I'm going to add a wallpaper here just so that you guys can see how it is. There are a lot of options here on the wallpaper, which you can use, or you can upload new ones from. You can upload your new files here, and you can apply that. After the flooring and wallpaper, you can move on to wall paints. Which you can add. There are a lot of options here as well. So there you have it. You can add wallpapers, wall paints, wall panels, floor plans, everything by the click of a button. So I'll just move on to the other options that we have. After creating the room, you can add the beams and columns, which will be shown in the CAD plan. You can readjust the size of these floor plans, the columns and beams according to the floor plan. which will be shown in 3D as well. These are the basic tools that you have in Google Home. The first one is wall tool, which will help you to draw walls. The next one is room tools, which will help you draw rooms in rectangle. If the room is in rectangle shape, you can easily draw the room using this tool. And after that, you can use the hole tool to draw a hole in the flooring, which will be used to add a staircase, a stairway, or a flute, or anything like that. After drawing the hole, this will be shown as a hole to the bottom basement. And after that, you can use the door tools to assign doorways. And you can use the double door, which will be for elevators and entrance doors. And then the sliding door, you have the sliding door. And after that, you can use windows, straight line windows, bay windows, French windows, all that, which will be I'll just show you the difference between all these window options that they have. The first one is a straight window, second one is a bay window, and the third one is a French window. And after that, you have the beam, and then the flue, and then the column, which I have applied here. The beams will be shown like this on the ceiling. The columns will be shown like this. And after that, you have a door opening. You can use the door opening tool to give away a door opening instead of a door. Those are the basic tools in the toolkit. And after you're done with the rooms, you can move on to adding furniture to it, which we have in the public material library. You can add furniture here. Add furniture to this room so that this is done first. You can just click and apply it here. After that, you can add furniture like side tables. There are a lot of options here, as you can see. After that, another work there. After adding basic furniture here, you can also add a wardrobe here so that this room is complete. After furniture is placed, you get the parameters of the furniture on the right side, where you can adjust the length, the width, height, and the height above floor of each furniture. You can adjust it to the size that you want. And the furniture will get adjusted just like that. After adding the furniture, we can go to decors, where we can add the curtain, another drapes for the window. There are a lot of options here as well. You can either use these or you can upload it. You just have to drag it and place it above the window and it will snap in place. After that, you can readjust the size and match the window. After adding the furniture, I can add some more decor items in the room to make it look presentable. You get a lot of wall decors, paintings, accessories, pendants, etc. in the library, which you can apply by just clicking on the wall. After the wall decors, you can add some plants or flower vases in the room to give it a little more also, there are a lot of options here. You can use these, or you can upload new from, you can model it in 3ds Max or SketchUp, and you can upload it here in Google. And after you're done with the decorations, you can add other construction finishes like sideboards, cornices, etc. by going into construction. There are a lot of options for doors, windows, and columns here. You can change the basic door style and change anything from the library. Or like I said, you can upload your new one. Basically, you can change any furniture inside, doors or windows or anything to your liking. And you can model new things and upload it here as well. After that, I'll apply a base code here. And after the base code, we can move on to the ceiling, where you can either use ceilings from the library. There are a lot of options here as well. Or you can make your custom one by going into ceiling editor. And you can draw a basic ceiling here, which will be 500 inside from all sides. You can only extrude the shapes that you've drawn in here. So I'm going to give an extrusion of 100 here so that it has a 3D effect. And you can see what you've done in 3D by going into the small preview screen on the right side. After you're done with the ceiling, you can add cove lights inside the ceiling just by clicking on this option right here, indent lamp belt. If you click on it, you can get a cove light automatically generated by Google Home. You can change the color of the light, brightness of the light, and also the shape of the cove, which you can adjust here. After you've done the changes, you can copy that and place to the other sides. So you have a custom ceiling here, basic custom ceiling. After that, you save your changes and you exit the ceiling editor tool. This is a very basic ceiling layout that you can make in Google Home. You can also add spotlights in this by going to 2D and ceiling. These are the two options in which you can view Google Home. One in 2D and the other in 3D. In 2D, you have flow tool and flow plan, which you can see the flow from the top. And the second one is the ceiling view, where you can see only the ceiling part. So once you go to the ceiling tool, ceiling view, you can add ceiling lights there by going into lighting, which is on the public library, and add down lights here. And add down lights. The ceiling. After that, you can add something here, add more pendants here. Give it a decoration here. After the ceiling, you can also add ceiling lights and chandeliers here. Once you go to the ceiling tool view, there are a lot of options here as well, where you can add more paint, more paints, wallpapers, paint coating, more fabric, wood veneers, anything to the ceiling. And all the options here. You just apply it onto the shapes that you created here. And there are cassette plates, which are tiles, which you can add inside the ceiling to give it a more neat look. After that, there are integrated wall panels, which you can also apply instead of the cassette plates. And under that, there are 3D paints, texture paints, which you can apply. And then there are more moldings like corners, ceiling corners, baseboards or decorative moldings, and stuff like that you can explore. And just add a corners here, just so you guys can see. You guys can see what you've applied in 3D view. So that you can
Arjun,
see, yeah.
Little audio, like your audio is not very clear.
Okay.
Okay,
Am I audible now?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. And after that, you can add appliance modules like lighting, ventilations, or heating appliances. And there are another option called lighting here, where you can add the chandeliers, ceiling molded lamps, spotlights, downlights, etc., which you can browse here. You just have to click and apply here. Once you're done, you can save and exit the tool. And these will be shown in the render. So we've done with the room, and we move on to the next one, where this should be the kitchen, and I'll show you guys how to create a kitchen. There are a lot of kitchen models in the library. You can either use these or you can upload new ones, like I said. In the kitchen also, you can change the floor plan, the floor tiles and the wall panels. Under finishes, there are a lot of tiles, flooring textures, carpets, planes, and stuff like that, which you can add according to will and according to the design. And after you're done with the floor, you can move on to the wall tiles. I'll show you how to use the wall editor here so that you can add dado tiles to the kitchen. You can draw the shape using the line tool, and you can fill tiles inside the shape so that you have to decide also. There are a lot of options there, like you can either use a line tool or a rectangle tool or a polygon tool to draw lines on the wall, and you can add tiles or wall paints or other textures inside it to get a desired output. And after you're done with it, you can just save and exit. So you have the dado tile and the wall. And after that, I'll just show you how to light the room and just take a basic image render so that you know how this finishes look in a render. For that, you have to go to the render screen. And there are a lot of aspect ratios 16:9, 9:16, 4:3. These are image aspect ratios that you can use to render an image. Another option that I would like to show you is that how to upload new images or textures, so that you can upload new images by going to the My Account page and then go to Uploads, and under there you can get upload new model or texture that you want to add to this library, to this project. Once you go to the Uploads page, you can either upload a model here or a texture here. And once you go to the upload page, Home supports models from 3ds Max and SketchUp. You can either use a Max file or a RAR file or a zip file or FBX or SKP files. These are the formats that Home supports. You can upload up to 20 models at a time. You can just click here and you can just browse the model. I'm afraid I don't have any models right now, just to show you guys. These are all basic features that Home offers. After that, I'll come back to the lighting. And you can go to the render page, and these are the aspect ratios, like I said, and these are the resolutions that you can render an image. Standard HD and 4K images are supported, and these are lighting options. There are a lot of templates here which you can use, like indoor daytime, which will give you a daylight image, and warm kind of image, and indoor nighttime, which will give you a nighttime image. The outside scenarios here you can see will change according to the template, and you can select either one of these, and you can go to edit, customize these heights. You can customize this before you rendering, and you can adjust the lighting here. You automatically lights are generated under all the lights that you placed under the chandelier, the spotlights, and the cove lights, and all the lights are automatically generated. You can either edit these, and click on it, and you'll get the option parameter right here. And in that, you can change the color of the light, or either you can type in the temperature of the light, like 5000 Kelvin. And here you can adjust the height of the light, height of the placement where the light is placed. You can adjust the height here. This is selected. And adjust the height here. And this is the front angle. You can tilt the light so that the direction of the light is somewhere to the floor or onto the wall. These are the options that you have in lighting. And on the left side, you can add more lights like rectangle lights, which are used to fill up an area. You can change the color and the brightness of each of these lights that you add. And these are all spotlights, which you can use instead of the automatically generated lights here. You can delete this and you can use new lights if you want. And after that, you can use the automatic exposure button here if you think the light is really bright, if the room is lit up really bright. And these are the outside scenarios that you get on rendering. Outside scenarios are shown outside the window in each room. You can change those to the desired outside image. You can also upload these and add your custom images outside the window. And after that's done, there are two options to render. One is a still image, which will be shown here on the previous screen, or a panorama 360 image, which will be shown around the room. I'll use the panorama here and just take a test render, a standard render, just to show you guys. Images that you've rendered will be shown in the gallery. You go to the gallery from your default workspace. You can click on the gallery button and you can go to the gallery where your images, 360 images or your still images are found. The render is in queue. Drawing walls and rooms is really easy and good. Once you have the reference image, you can upload it and you can just draw these walls and windows above. If you have any doubts regarding all these things, you can ask in the message box. And I will try to answer those. This is the image render scene where you can place the camera and rotate it in any direction that you want. And the image preview will be shown on the preview screen on the right side of your screen. I'll render an image of you so you know how it is. Here Rahul has asked me if I can make a walkthrough here. Yes, we can. If we render two rooms together, I'll render a bedroom there and I'll render a kitchen here. And we can connect both these and turn it into a walkthrough. I'll show you how to do that. You can just place the camera in the kitchen and render out a kitchen room. The renders are in queue, and in case it will take a little time. After you've rendered 2 or 3 rooms together, you can create a walkthrough between all these rooms by just selecting it all and stitching it together. I'll show you how to do that once the renders are done. Another toilet. This is another bedroom. I'll show you how to make another ceiling. Go to ceiling editor tool. Okay. Once the renders are done, you can generate your walkthrough by stitching these together. And our renders are still in queue. You can add furnitures here and create a living room here so that I can stitch all these rooms and show you how to create a walkthrough. You can go to furniture combinations, which is an option where Cool Home has already set a lot of furnitures together, and you can just use it to save time. That doesn't fit. You can try other options here. You can add a TV unit here. Once the furniture is placed, you can rotate, scale, rotate, and move. These are the three options that you have when you click on a furniture. You can manipulate the size, the rotation, and also the size of the TV of any furniture that you're trying to manipulate. Once you click on a furniture, we can flip it. There are options to scale, rotate, and move. And then you can mirror the object, mirror it back and forth. And then you can replace it to something bigger. And you can duplicate it. And then you have the option to hide it. And then lock it in place so that it won't get misplaced when you're rotating the screen or when you're changing other furnitures. And then you can delete it. And you can also change the material of the furniture by going into material editor. Here you can change the materials used on this furniture by clicking on it and changing to other options that we have in the library. You can also upload images and textures of these images, image texture images, and then change it to desired output. And change the metal to stainless steel or blackened in steel. There are other options here like rose gold, polished metal, matte metal, shining metal. There are a lot of options here. You can change these materials to something you like. This will also be shown in the 3D view and in renders. The renders are still in queue. Usually it only takes 2, 4, 5 minutes to get it rendered. Maybe it's because of high traffic in the servers. That's why the renders aren't working right now. This is the Powder Home that I'll show you how to design. You can add bathroom furniture, sanitary wares and stuff like that on the bathroom. After placing the furniture, you can move it around by using the move axis. After that, place the toilets. You can add faucets here as well, shower heads, and all those sanitary hardware that you get. And you can also place shower rooms, cubicles, urinals, etc. You have a lot of models here as well. You can upload new models and also place it here. You can also change the wall tiles and flooring. You can change the wall tiles, the floor to floor tiles, etc. there. And after that, you can just render another image. By placing the camera inside each room. And click on render. Usually the renders take about 2-3 minutes. And due to heavy traffic in the servers, we are experiencing rendering issues. So I can provide you guys the renders, images, and 360 by email, in which you have joined this webinar.
Arjun,
Yeah.
one query: if we are we doing 4K renders or are we doing standard HD renders?
Standard HD renders.
Okay, try a standard render. Maybe that queue might be clear.
Okay, I'll try rendering in standard then.
Usually it takes 2 minutes for a render. So that should be it. So I hope everyone had a informative session. And if there are, since this is our first session, if you guys have your feedbacks on how to improve or further topics which you are interested in, or things like that, you can let us know in the feedback form. And please do fill up the feedback form which we have put up, so that it'll be, you guys can avail the free coupons, which the render coupons which you guys which we are providing. All right, so that's it, guys. Thank you everyone for joining the first webinar. We hope this is the starting of many more sessions to come. All right, and we can build a good team in this kind of sessions, because we are planning to work together with GoHome users across the globe, so that it'll be a platform where people can share each other's work and design, and so that's what we are expecting it to happen. So in webinars which are coming down the lane, we'll be giving more training on a little bit more complicated topics. All right, thank you everyone, thank you for your time, and have a nice weekend.